What am I currently doing for my profession? That's actually an interesting question. I would say, I am thinking a lot about the nonprofit sector generally, and certainly here in Boston. We have a lot of nonprofits, and we are, as a group, aging. Right, as a group of nonprofit leaders, we are aging, and we need to be thinking about the next generation of nonprofit leaders. And I'm on a couple of boards, one of which has really created a extensive training program for people who work in nonprofits and human services, and they're working on a leadership development program. And so I've been very happy to be part of that. And I think internally here at Pine Street, I need to spend more time thinking about how do we develop future leaders. What kind of opportunity did I have that other people don't have, both in terms of mentors and access to higher education, access to policy and things that you don't necessarily learn in a classroom. And so I'm thinking a lot about how do we grow our own internal leaders, how do we think about mentoring them and really growing them so that we will have a new generation to run the nonprofits here in the city. Well, the one tip I wish I had probably, I don't know that it would be a tip so much from my days at UVM. One of the I spend a lot of time on, I would call, the business of nonprofit, right? Budgeting and policy work and really the people management work. And I wish I had known more about that coming in. I think it's great stuff, but a lot of it I've been fortunate to have had good mentors and good advisors. But a lot of it, exposure to it, I think would have been great. And, there's not a lot of a focus on nonprofit. It's somewhat of a somewhat unique to us as a country in terms of the number of nonprofits we have. There's not a lot of focus on nonprofit management and nonprofit budgeting and all of the things that, while there's certainly business skills that translate, there's no question, there's some unique things about nonprofits, and I wish I had more exposure on that end.